Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate it because I think what we're here to do is to protect working class families. And I believe the minister, being from Newfoundland, actually has a deep connection to the people. I believe that. And I came from New Brunswick last week in the Valley Food Bank. And their numbers in the last year have tripled. And do you know who the demographic is? Working class. People that you're here to fight for in Bill C-58. And so the question I would ask you to, Minister, is what do you think are the two reasons why people go to work as Minister of Labour?
If you're narrowing it down to two, I assume you know the answer, so go ahead, please.
Well, I think they go to work for a paycheck so they can provide for their families, and I think they go to work for a sense of purpose. And we know from previous testimony that they don't feel purpose, they feel demoralized because of these outside contractors. And when we look at the messages that we're getting and that Canadians are paying 46% of their paycheck in federal taxes. I just want to break this down for you, Minister. I'm sure you know this. But people are writing to me and they don't even have an incentive to go to work or work overtime. So if you're making $100,000, which used to be so much money, people have never made more money and been less poor because we have the worst economic growth per person in the G7. This hasn't happened since the Great Depression. And you take on an extra $30,000 of overtime. I'm just going to put this into context for people. So if you go and you make $130,000 in overtime, you're going to pay $22,000 in federal tax. So now you've destroyed their purpose because you've demoralized them by hiring outside consultants, and you're taking away their incentive to go to work on their paycheck. So my other question to you is, the plan to use 900 foreign workers at Windsor EV battery plant called an insult to Canadian labourers. So how do you reconcile that you care about workers, but you're doing all of this at the same time?
I'm glad you brought up Windsor because I was going to bring it up too. I mean, this is...
Sorry, I do apologize. I do want to tie this all in because I do want to move a notice of a motion.
Your time is up.